So the term Bomboclart is a colorful and deep-rooted expression in Jamaican Patois. It traces its origin to the fabric of Jamaican culture, both literally and figuratively. Bomboclaat is derived from a combination of two words. Bombo, which is a slang for buttocks, and clart or cloth, referring to the menstrual cloth or sanitary rags in its rawest form. The term was used to describe something vulgar or dirty, carrying heavy connotations of taboo bodily functions. So over time, however, Bomboclart has evolved its literal meaning into a multi-purpose expletive, an expression of frustration, shock, or emphasis, much like how one might use a term in English. It's often heard in Jamaican dancehall music and popular street language, where it's employed in both casual conversations and heated exchanges. Interestingly, it's a term that signifies the passion and raw emotions of Jamaican life, capturing the country's unfiltered and vibrant way of communicating. So despite its vulgar origins, Bomboclart has become a symbol of defiant culture for many Jamaicans. Emblematic of the island's resilient spirit, for many outsiders though, it may sound aggressive and or offensive, but within the local context, it is understood with a bit of humor and cultural nuance. Its widespread use, even among younger generations, proves its resilience in the face of changing times. The great debate: should Jamaican government monetize the term Bomboclart? Let's reason. So Jamaica is a small island nation with a massive cultural impact. The country's influence on global music, fashion, and language is undeniable. So why not capitalize on one of its most recognizable terms? Bomboclart is already being used far beyond the shores of Jamaica, featured in songs, online memes, and even streetwear across the world. Also, concerts, festivals, and even liquor brands I've seen utilize the term Bomboclart. From TikTok to Twitter, people throw the word around without fully grasping its cultural weight, much like other global slang like lit or savage. The Jamaican government could monetize the term through merchandise, licensing deals, or even partnership with influencers and artists. Imagine Bomboclart being used as a brand for a line of Caribbean-inspired product. From t-shirts to rum bottles, it could be a trademarked in a way that ensures that any global use of the word send profits back to Jamaica. So by doing this, Jamaica could create a stream of revenue that supports cultural programs, local artists, and education. In this way, a word that started as a slang could become a global symbol of national pride and economical development. Think of how hip-hop culture has commercialized the word like bling or swag. Jamaica could do the same. If we were known for our language, why not own it and make sure Jamaica benefit from it? Okay, let's slow down a bit. Yes, Bomboclart is a global recognized, but it also a deeply personal part of Jamaican culture. To commercialize a term so closely tied to our identity, especially one rooted in struggles and defiance, feels like selling out. How do you put a price tag on something that has such cultural significance? Turning Bomboclart into a product would risk diluting its meaning. End up with brands outside of Jamaica using the word in a watered down or a disrespectful way. Imagine seeing Bomboclart on a t-shirt in some chain store in Europe with no understanding of its real weight or significance. That's not cultural pride, that's exploitation. Instead of commercializing it, we should protect the word, ensuring that it remains a genuine part of Jamaican expression. If we open the door to monetization, what's next? Will ras clart or blood clot be up for sale too? Our language isn't for profit, it's for pride. Besides, there's other ways to support Jamaican economy without commodifying our culture in ways that could backfire. And bear in mind, it's a curse word in Jamaica. I remember seeing people being arrested for using profanity, using that word in front of the police. I remember seeing artists being charged for using that on stage. I'm not for that though, but as I said, it's part of our culture, and some part of the culture shouldn't be for sale. Cool? Could there be a balanced approach though? A middle ground, if you like. The key to this debate is how Jamaica would manage the commercialization. Rather than letting big corporations hijack the term, the government could establish clear guidelines about who can use it and how can it be used. Perhaps any revenue generated could funnel programs that preserve Jamaican culture and support local businesses. Licensing the word for use in films, music, and merchandise could be strictly regulated to ensure that it stays tied to the Jamaican roots. Maybe Bomboclart doesn't need to be plastered on billboards, but it could become a symbol in the creative industries, as long as it used with respect and benefit Jamaica first. There's no reason the government can't both preserve the term and profit from it. In a world where cultural appropriation is rampant, especially Jamaican culture, it might even be a defensive move before someone else comes in and take it. Take Bomboclart without giving credit where it's due. Better Jamaica own it than someone else twist its meaning entirely. You know that's a possibility. So in concluding, whether the term Bomboclart remains a sacred piece of Jamaican identity or is transformed into a profitable brand, the debate underscores a broader question of how the nation could approach globalization of their culture. If handled correctly, monetizing the term could empower Jamaica and fuel the nation's creative economy. But as with anything deeply cultural, it must be done with care and respect to avoid losing the essence of what makes it uniquely Jamaican. But respect and bless up, and thank you for tuning in. If you have any thoughts on the term Bomboclart, drop a comment. But respect. Thank you for tuning in, as I said.